Hi, everyone. Welcome back. I want to apologize for the interruption in the other one, but I don't want to make these too long so that you can watch them in snippets. Um, okay, so bringing you back to this amazing energy. I mean, whoa! I'm still like in that place, and I do have my giant glass of water because I'm very thirsty. I've been living on love the last several days, so I haven't been eating like a normal person, which is not good. I really need to check that out for a moment. So Saturday Saturday night, I had a class. That's where I left off. And when I was doing my class, it's a twin flame meditation group actually that I work with, which I'm not too shy about telling them what happened, so they kind of know the details. And I was sitting with them, getting ready to do our protection shield. We did a little protection like we always do, and we're getting ready to do some work together. And all of a sudden, I am like my whole body was like still shaking. Like I hadn't really I think what happened was I hadn't really adjusted all that like Kundalini energy that was moving through my body. And what was really freaking cool is it's actually his body that was awakening, and I'm feeling it all through me. And I'm like vicariously living through it all with him. And I really want to know so badly what was going on in him, what was transpiring in his body, because I know he felt it. I know he did. I don't know what happened. And I don't know where he was. I don't know if he was with his children. I don't know what was going on with him, but he had to feel this. And this if he didn't feel it at that moment, I'll tell you when he did. So we um we were starting to do my thing, I was starting to call in everybody, and we're getting ready to do our meditation, and all of a sudden I start channeling and I start making noise, sounds. Just I usually do toning with my students and clients, but I was doing sound. And um apparently I channeled that I was recalibrating, and then I started speaking in tongues because I speak light language. And so I started to speak light language, and they channeled the message. I don't remember what the message was. It was to the people there, and they remember, but I don't always remember my channels. They come and they go out. I remember bits and pieces once in a while, but I'm not usually in my body. And let me tell you, during the time that I was making kinds of noises, and I was channeling, and I was doing light language, I was gone. I don't know how long I was gone. I have no idea how long the channel was. I have no clue. But I can tell you this. I was like, my body was vibrating really rapidly. I felt energy just dumping into me. And I was not, my physical body, I was not in my physical body. I was in the galaxy. I was floating around in mine and my twins' Merkaba. We were in this beautiful gold Merkaba, and there's gold light all around us. And actually, when our Kundalini was rising, it came up through us as this gold light. Oh my God, magnificent and wonderful. And so we did all that work, and I was so ecstatic about that. And um, I was like in this place of not, I don't know, I was like integrating it still, and I hadn't finished integrating. So anyway, we started doing our meditations, and then my twin shows up next to me energetically, not humanly. God, I wish it was humanly. And he starts talking to me, and he says to me, he's like, I go, we're not at your place yet. We'll come to you in a few minutes, because we usually work on each of the twins that are our twins, and we see what they need, what's going on with them, what do they need, how can we clear them, how can we help them. That's like one of the things I do in my meditations, and it's something I'm thinking of doing online. I'm not sure if that's something people will be interested in, but if you are, I'm thinking of doing that as a conference call or webinar. So we were doing that, and he kept talking, and so I kind of ignored him for a little while. I said, okay, I feel you, I love that you're here, and oh my God, I want to talk to you, but the reality is that I need to do my work. So as the night went on, he started speaking, and he's like, I tried to connect with somebody's twin and I couldn't. Meanwhile, he's like, I have information, let me give it to you. So he gives me all this information, and I'm like, oh my God, where did this come from? I mean, details that I probably wouldn't have seen, or I could have seen, but I wasn't being allowed to see. He gave me all this information. He goes, yeah, so I am EstaRa, So I am EstaRa, and my twin flame's name is EstaRa, and I can't even do his name fully, but it's really funny. So as Ita Ra, he came through, and he wasn't coming as Ita Ra, he came as my twin, and he said, "I am Ita Ra, like I have my power." So what was really cool is he was claiming his power even during this, and that's not typically how he is during our meditations. Usually, he's kind of like, they joke and say he's kind of annoying because he always talks and he always wants to talk to people. He always wants to bring information. And it's like interrupting a lot. He was not. He was like, in his power, this is what I have. I'm going to help you. Please let me help you. Oh my God, it was beautiful and amazing. So that was kind of cool. So that was Saturday night. So Saturday evening, I didn't sleep. I slept like 90 minutes, and then I'd wake up for about an hour and a half. And I'd sleep another maybe half hour, 30 minutes, wake up for another hour and a half. I did not sleep, and the whole time I thought of him. He was in my head the whole time, in my head. And then a couple other things came up, but he was there, and I was like, "Oh my God, I wonder if it's downloading in him right now tonight, because he wasn't perhaps in a location or place where he could take care of that Kundalini energy, because if I orgasmed, I'm sure in heck thinking he must have too." Um, so it was really wild. So all night long I was awake. I was really tired on Sunday. Oh my gosh, so tired. And I had to do this wedding, you know. Got up in the morning, and I had so much going on with me, that I was like, gosh, I'm tired, but I wasn't, and I haven't really eaten since he's been here. I've been eating, but not a lot of food, and not really craving anything, and not really hungry. I mean, it's weird because I've been eating like regularly 3, 4, even 4 mini meals a day, and I've been eating like one or two, and that's just not normal for me. But anyway, that's been happening. So I got up, did my thing, got ready for this wedding. I actually did my hair, which is something people will probably laugh at who know me, because I usually just let it curl and do whatever it wants to. I actually took the time to do my hair yesterday, and don't you know, really humid outside, and it frizzed. And you could see remainders of frizzing. I didn't wash my hair yet this morning because I'm needing to get this message out. So then I do that, go to the wedding all day, spent the day of the wedding. Actually, I got there early. The person's wedding, beautiful location, and I was sitting waiting. I was there very early. They asked me to be there really early, so I was there really early, and I was sitting outside. And so my twin said to me, "Look around. What do you want for us?" And I was like, "Holy crap!" His energy was so with me, and I looked around and I said, I don't want all this. Like, I don't want the fancy anything, and I don't need the big wedding. I don't need all the lavish decorations and gifts and big meal or whatever. I just want you." That's what I said to him. And it's funny, the more that I perform weddings and ceremonies, the more and more I realize what my truth is and what I really want with my twin. And I don't know, it was like actually kind of incredible. And when I finally did start to sit and do a little work with me and my twin, that's when people started arriving. So I didn't get to spend much time with that. Sat in the wedding, did all that stuff, drove home. I came home last night. I was so tired because on top of it, the food they had, I'm allergic to. I have food sensitivities like you would not believe. I mean, most people aren't allergic to. I'm allergic to gluten, dairy, oatmeal, harmless food, rice, harmless food, onions, harmless food. So those are like my really major sensitivities, and when I have them, they affect me. And I ate a couple last night because I didn't eat any of the gluten. I did have probably some onions in some of the food I ate, but otherwise I'd have no food whatsoever. And I ate very, very little there, and I was really hungry on the drive home. So I'm driving home, and I'm like, I'm so tired. I talked to a couple of friends. I shared with one of my friends what happened on Saturday and suggested she look into her energy and her twin's energy. And then I came home and I went to bed. And it was like, I really wanted him so bad to like call me. And I felt him. He was with me, his energy, but I was so tired. So I went to bed at 9 o'clock. I slept straight through until I think it was like 11:27 or something like that. I remember waking up. The reason I woke up was the dream I had was a message. And I actually recorded it on my phone, but I'm not going to play it for you because it's probably garbled and I was half asleep. But I knew that I needed to write it down, but I sure didn't want to turn the lights on. I wanted to stay asleep because I hadn't slept the night before. So I the message I got was like in the dream, I was sitting with somebody speaking to them, and they were in a different time zone, and I had paper, and I was writing on a piece of paper. um I was writing something down that I was manifesting or thinking. I folded it up and I handed it to the person. And it was like I was passing it through a timeline. And then they went to where they were and they opened it up and it looked like a copy. I don't carbon copy. I don't know if any of you remember that. If you're older like me, then you do remember that. Um, it was like it was a copy. It was like a ditto sheet, like when I went to school when I was a kid. Um, it was like literally. So I hand wrote it, and then it was printed in a font as if it was a copy of something. And I was like, what does that mean? Now, when you handwrite something, it doesn't look as official as it's something that's printed. And oh, and I forgot to mention, Saturday night, one of the things that we did as the Twin Flame meditation group I run, we did some Akashic record work. And you go into your Akashic records, ask them to clear out stuff that doesn't belong anymore. Thank your keeper, your record keeper. And I did this work when I was in Egypt as well, but again, I thought the timeline was perfect for it, the timing of it. So we did the work there, and actually my guides channeled that specific work. I was like, oh really? I didn't know we were doing that tonight. And we did that. And I feel like some of the dream I had about the timeline stuff was about Akashic record work. I mean, I did work not even in Egypt, like 2000. Not that wasn't the first time. The first time I truly did Akashic record work was probably 2006. I had met my twin the year before, and I had gone into my Akashic records and I placed in there an intention. And I'm going to share with you what my intention is. And this is what I chose to be known for in this lifetime, but chose to embody as who I am. And my intention was, I am love, I am light, I am peace. I am healed, body, mind, and spirit. I find guidance on my path in this journey called life. I shine my light for all to see. I share my love for all to feel. I am one with all that is. And one of the most important things on my journey and in my mission of my business is to be seen as who I truly am, authentic, love, and light, because that is who I am. And the beautiful gift is I see that comes back to me. People show that to me and tell me that, and they let me know that's happening. So I feel really positive about that. But anyway, the reason I'm telling you all that is I put that in my record. I feel like my dream last night was we need to put in our record our union, our physical union, our manifestation union. And I gotta write this down because I'm being guided that I need to make sure I'm doing this later today. So it is so important to put in our record, our timeline now that we manifest XYZ. So whatever words you want to put in there, you do it and you put it in there. The dream also showed me it was a timeline thing because I know it was like a time zone thing in the dream. Wow, it was kind of a movie. In the dream, it was a time zone thing, but I actually felt like it wasn't. It was a timeline thing because I wrote this down and then it appeared as it happened already. So I feel like it's the Akashic record timeline information that is so imperative. And if you read any of my blog stuff and you've watched some of my videos, I've done a lot of work with timelines. I don't know if I spoke about them in videos, but I wrote a lot and channeled a lot of information, particularly in May and June of 2015. Yes. And really deep, detailed information. And I've been told timelines were going to be collapsing. Well, they told me they did. They collapsed. And they have been collapsing and disappearing. So there are some timelines you will never see again. You will never go back. No more of those potentials. But new ones open up. So every choice you make, new ones are opening up. And I feel like the dream last night was a lot about opening the timeline that you're on, recognizing that you have the power in this timeline to create your reality. It's almost like having a blank canvas. It's like completely white canvas that you're getting ready to paint and you get to create what you want on there. You're not in a class telling you how to paint. You don't have anybody guiding you. You don't have limited colors. You have whatever you need to do whatever you want on that canvas. I feel like that is what the message last night was. And hello, today is the Lionsgate 8-8, the gateway. So I'm recording this as of this morning. I actually started recording at 8 o'clock. It's now almost 9 o'clock. I'm a talker, obviously, and I ramble. Um, but I actually feel like some of the ramblings are important. Let's see, what else do I want to say to you? So we are in the Lion's Gate today, and it is really important to utilize the information in the previous video and utilize the information um, that I'm giving you today about that timeline. So if you aren't able to come together with other people to manifest and use this energy as a group, I usually run a Lionsgate meditation, but it's funny. It's summertime and a lot of people don't sign up. I had one person sign up, and I am either contemplating not running the meditation tonight or running it for just me and that person. I haven't decided yet. So that's an interesting factor of what's going on. But I feel like, if you can amplify with someone else, that's great. But if you can't, it's okay. Just use this energy. One of the things that I know for myself is I'm supposed to use the moon energy, like the cycles of the moon. I'm obviously in tune to that. I mean, I think of the lunar calendar, the the Jewish calendar is very similar to the is a lunar calendar, and so when I resonate with that since I was a child, I mean, I could tell you I was probably like 7 or 8 years old, and in my head I would see the flipping of the year, not like the new school year, but the flipping of the year in September. So if we're in the galactic new year and we are planning our new year in 8-8 gateway and during August, then let's use this energy right now and make things happen. Now, it's not like you're going to write, I'm going to be united with my twin tomorrow. I feel like don't use those words. I feel like use the appropriate words for your soul. So what I'm saying is don't go through your head. Don't let your head tell you what to write. Go into your heart, spend some energy in your heart and write what you wish. And I have a class that I'm teaching this morning, and I have an hour left. I have less than an hour before the class, and I still need to do all my work. I need to eat something. I do need to eat today, and I gotta tell you, I feel like the energy is so intense. So I don't know if the Kundalini experience I had was just because of me and my twin. I know I did it with him and I did it with him in mind and specifically for him. I don't know if any of you are experiencing that this past weekend. I would love to hear if you are because that means it's a global thing. It's an all twin flame thing. I know specifically I was focused on him and that was it. And I'm sharing my story because I want to share with you what happened because it might happen for all of you or you might need to look into your sacral chakra or his sacral chakra or her sacral chakra. You might need to look into the root chakras of all of you. That's what I was doing, and that's how I figured this needed to clear and go so I could work with him. That's a huge deal. If you didn't listen to my previous video, please go back and listen to it. It's really important information. Um, Also, oh gosh, I'm sorry, I'm all over the place. I'm trying to cram in a lot of things because I have to go. I'm looking at my clock, and I'm like, ah. Um, being in your heart is so key and ask for the goddess Sekhmet to assist you also with the manifestation and believe me, I guarantee she'll attend with her knowing love and presence. But I also want you to know that you have the opportunity. Don't waste it on your ego. Don't waste it on I want this grand wedding with my twin. I mean, if that's really what you want and you desire and that's truth from your heart, then please do that. But I'd rather you not get caught up in the details so much as like I am married to my twin or I am in union with my twin. I have children with my twin. Because I feel like in that dream, I wrote down what I wanted to happen and then it showed up as typewritten written. And it was copied. It was almost as if it had been done. Oh my God, that just gives me chills. I'm gonna cry. It's as if it has been done. So I feel like we really need to use today to write. Um, I would try your best to stay in your heart center. So one of the ways that I work at getting into my heart center is I take a breath and I bring myself down into my heart. But sometimes you can just visualize a little you going into your head and then going to the back of your head and coming down. I learned this technique from some other teacher. I'm sorry, I don't know who it is right now off the top of my head. And you go into the back of your head and you visualize an elevator, and you can either visualize an elevator stepping into it, push a button that says 4H for heart level, and let yourself come down into your heart. And other times, I just visualize that I'm in my heart. I visualize walking into my heart and sitting down comfortably in a comfy chair. I usually picture a sofa, and I imagine my twin being there often. But sometimes I just go in there and I talk about what I want and what I need and where I need to come from. It's really important that you go there to do this work because one of the things when I manifested when I created my manifestation to place into my Akashic record, it came solely from my heart and soul. It was not from my head. The words came flying out of me in a way that I didn't expect. I thought I'd have like 3 words. Um, So with regard to your twin flame and your journey with your twin flame, please be in your heart. Um, I'm emphasizing that because I'm being guided to really emphasize that with you. When you're in your head, you let fear overrun everything. When you're in your heart, you allow your soul's truth to come through. And I want to go back to that thing I channeled earlier in the previous video about you need to be in your power and your truth. And the energy of your truth is what is your manifestation power at this time. So I am so ecstatic for all of you and all of us. I'm so excited. I don't know what the future holds. I don't know how it's going to look, but let me tell you, if we can create today, we have the power of manifestation and creation anyway, but if we can create magic today and we start putting it into play, oh my God, the energy of this gateway will take hold of it and send it upward. Um, I I want to remind you that the gateway stays open until the 11th, but we are still in a cycle of movement of energy and shifting. Shift happened last week. I want to say the fourth and fifth, around three, 4, and 5. The shift happened, and then the gateway opened. So along with the shift and this gateway, keep using it. So if you're watching this video after 8/8 or after 8/11, please do not give up on this ability and this possibility, because let me tell you, that dream I had was last evening. I don't think it's just solely for this time. I'm encouraging you to do it at this time because of the gateway energy and what I know of Goddess Sekhmet and what she channeled about the Galactic New Year, and about the energy of manifestation right now. That is why I'm saying to try to do that now. But if you watch this video and it's after August 11th, please know you have the ability to write your future. That is your job. And being the awakened twin, be in alignment with your heart and your soul's truth, and be in balance as you do this stuff, because your twin can't uphold that. So in my previous video, I talked about I helped my twin raise his Kundalini. I did that for him, and I could do that for him, but he could not do that without me. And it's not because he's not capable, it's because he's not yet fully in his power. He's getting there. He's getting there. But I feel like that is so important. And it's funny, I'm looking at there's a painting behind me. Cherish every memory, love every moment, and embrace every possibility. You know how many times I've recorded videos and I don't ever get drawn to look at that? But I am really getting the message to truly do that. So I'm going to say it one more time to you. Cherish every memory you've had of your twin, previous lifetime and this lifetime. Every memory that comes to you, and love every moment. I I got to tell you how important that is, because I got catapulted into sadness last week. I'm feeling it in my heart as I'm saying it to you, but it's not sadness, it's love. Um, and I got really sad on Friday, and I got catapulted into that. But I chose to turn that around and love every moment that I was with him. Not that he had to leave, but love the moments that I was with him and love every part of that and embrace every possibility. You have every opportunity coming up for you now in this month. Embrace it. Embrace every possibility, because now is the time. Do not give up hope. I am so optimistic and so hopeful. And I really want to do a card reading for all of you, but I'm not going to do that today. I can't. I'm teaching, and then I have a meeting, and I have a client. So if I have time this evening, I'll do it. If not, I will try to do it over the next couple of days. I know tomorrow I'm booked as well. But I'm hoping that you got the message. I'm hoping you hear it and you get it. And if I could be of service to you in any way, please reach out to me and contact me. I want you to embrace every possibility. And if it's a matter of let's look at the twin and see what's going on, if there's a block in any of his chakras, I'm here for you. I will help you with that. I offer sessions in doing that. I do offer readings. You're welcome to contact me about that. I will put information inside my um, video here so that you can find out more information. Anyway, I send you all love, and I send you blessings, and namaste. The soul in me honors the soul in you. And I want to end it on a final note. Embrace every possibility, and embrace the magic of the Lion's Gate, the 8/8 gateway. Namaste.